I've got a cracking video for you lot today, and this one is brought to you by Squarespace. Now, a friend of mine called the other day and said, Ben, you know the car I've had for absolutely ages, years and years, 10 plus years probably, it needs a lot of TLC, can you help? Now, I know this car, and I know the last time I saw it, it was not in a good way. But thanks very much to the lads at Quick Car Recovery for dropping it off for us, very much appreciated. Well, I say thanks, I don't actually know if I want this, to be honest. The last time I saw this car, I was getting dropped off at my own house in it, and it was about a year ago, and it was ropey, I mean, really, really bad. Now, after that day when my mate dropped me off, he parked it up at home, and it's never been touched since. And as you can see, it's seen better days. But I've got to be honest, looking underneath it, it's cleaner than the MK2 Focus RS we've got. So before I get crushed by a Ford Focus ST, I'm gonna go back in here. Shut your face, you. So for those of you guys who may not have seen our channel yet, you might be new or you might not have seen the Ford Focus RS, but we have a MK2 Ford Focus RS. And clearly that means that now everybody with a Ford Focus thinks that I can fix stuff. So this belongs to my mate Jay, and he's had this for 10, 11 years maybe. And as my dad just said, he remembers when he bought it. It was absolutely mint. It was mint, and now, well, it's definitely seen better days. I remember this being on it, definitely. I thought though it was down here, but obviously not. And it was CRST, and we could never work out what that was up until fairly recently. We thought it was code red ST. You guys let us know in the comments what you think. Jay, what have you got to say for yourself, mate?
What do you mean?
This is this is an absolute disgrace. I'm assuming it's been your parking that's knackered the wheels here.
Not me, not me.
So you lent this car to your brother because your brother needed a car to be able to run around. Yeah. And the idea was to keep this running, but he's neglected it and you've neglected it.
I've neglected it as well, yeah.
Okay, so the last time we all saw this, it was running ropey as fuck, wasn't it? Bad.
Who was in the passenger seat?
That was me. I was in the passenger seat, right? But that's not my fault. What is funny is you've got a car cover on the passenger seat, but then the car looks like that. So you've used the car cover wisely, mate, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, what is it exactly that you want from me?
It needs bringing back to life. It needs some TLC, look at it.
It's minging.
You need to give it a good jet wash with all your buckets.
Listen, the 16 bucket method,
16
mate,
buckets, yeah.
Okay.
And it needs wheels doing, engine needs looking at as well.
I'm pretty sure that we can have a go at this. Now, having a walk around it, we can quite clearly see that the wheels need doing. It needs a good scrub. I reckon the majority of it is superficial, although we have got the vinyl roof that has been wrapped by somebody, probably in the 1970s. So hopefully an equal and a scraper will get that off. Yeah. And I'm gonna have a go at wrapping that for you, save you some money. How about that?
Nice one.
You definitely need new brakes. Look at the state of them. I think the backs are even worse. They're definitely knackered in there. So new disc and pads, and that's if your calipers aren't seized, which is, there's a strong possibility. How long has this been stood for?
It's been stood for about a year now.
Is that how long ago it was the last time I was in it?
Yeah, a year ago. It got taken off the road then because it started chugging, didn't it?
So it was misfiring underneath here. Now the fuel is really, really old fuel. I'm not overly happy about trying to start this without fueling, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But shall we give it a go anyway?
We should, yeah. And you need to clean this out as well.
Oh, brilliant. All right, mate, yeah. Sound like my missus. So this looks just as bad as the outside, mate, to be honest. What's this? Tell us a story about this wolf thing. Did that come on it?
Stage 2, yeah. When I bought it, apparently it's stage 2,
so
yeah.
I remember it being extra rapid.
Yeah, it was.
What was it, about 280, 300 horse?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, with the map on it, yeah, 280, 290, I think. It never got dynoed though, so it would be nice to see what it was running.
Well, let's see if we can try and get it running now. Right, now my little jump starter does do. Oh yeah, we've got lights. Happy with that? Right, well, we won't leave it running for too long because it's all fuel, but there you go, at least we've got the car running. Happy days. Now, one thing that is a massive surprise with this car is the quality of the interior. However, before I get into that, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Squarespace. From websites to online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace really is the #1 platform for you to run your business. Now, Squarespace has made it super easy for anybody to create their own website. Now, Squarespace offer loads of different website templates for you to choose from. Once you've found the one you want, you can add your own logo, add and then edit any text you want to, add any images or photographs and make your website look exactly how you want it. One of my favourite features with Squarespace is being able to grow and engage your audience with email campaigns. Create powerful email content that matches your website with your existing products, blog posts and logo so your messaging is consistent and effective. And if that isn't enough, you can see exactly what your website would look like on a mobile device too. So when you're ready to start creating your own amazing website, make sure you check out the link in the description below and use code EvilGT for your 10% off. First inspection. I've got to be totally honest with you, Jay. This is cleaner under here than our Mark II Focus RS.
I pretend I know what I'm looking for, but
Same, mate.
I have no idea, yeah.
Back subframe's a little bit crusty. That's exactly the same on ours. Don't think you've done that bad there, mate.
It's alright, isn't it?
Obviously you've got an aftermarket exhaust there. But otherwise, mate, no bad. So looking at this car underneath, it really does not look that bad at all. This all looks pretty good. I know that these arms, I think we've got new arms on the RS, so maybe they need some attention. Who knows? I'll probably take this round to a friend who I know round the corner, and he is a Ford specialist, so he'll be able to say, oh yeah, you definitely need to change this or that or the other. But underneath, he'll give us a bit of an idea anyway. The only other thing I am a little bit wary about is the sill, and obviously the sills have been welded on the Mark II, and these don't look very good. But first things first, we'll get this looking cosmetically sound, and then we'll start on the engine, make sure that's running right. So starting off with the front of this car, I think the headlights look bang on, to be fair. I was expecting them to be all cloudy and knackered, but they look all right. He wants to keep these, or the eyebrows of some description, maybe not these ones, but some better ones. I'm not a huge fan of these. It looks like the grille at some point has been rattle canned, so I don't think I'm going to be able to sort that out. I think we might need to get a new one that looks a lot better than that. The white Ford badge, I'm not a massive fan again, but obviously it is what it is. The lower grille is the same really as the upper grille, in that it looks like it's been rattle canned, and you can see where the actual bumper underneath has been painted, because I assume from factory the whole thing is white, but people extend it down and spray that so it sort of blends in with the grille a bit more. Fog light surrounds, looks like they've been rattle canned again. The bonnet, as we can clearly see, does definitely need sorting out. Don't really know why that is bent. It's like it's maybe hit something, or I don't really know, but we obviously need to get that sorted out and painted. Luckily the wings look all right. Hopefully we've not got the same issue as we had with the Focus RS, whereby the bottom that's bolted into the sill has rotten away. So hopefully these are solid underneath and they don't need repairing. Obviously we can tidy this little ST bit up. I don't know whether we paint that in white again or just get a new one, make it look a bit better. All the doors and the door rubbers look sound. These are all in much better condition than the Focus RS. I wonder if they would fit, actually. They might fit our car. Rear quarters in perfect condition, they're fine. The headlights have got a tint on them. This side is okay, but the other side has started to peel off, as you can see. Now Jay did say that he quite liked the tint, the contrast between the black and the white, which yeah, I agree with, but again, I probably would leave them standard. He wants this back on, so I reckon we're gonna have a go at trying to get this off with a heat gun and maybe re-tinting them for him. The boot lid seems to be in much better condition than our Focus RS one was, because ours started to pit in there and that side, and also around here, it started to pit, whereas this just seems to be absolutely fine. Is that supposed to be black? I'm not too sure whether that's been painted. Maybe it has, I don't know. But that again looks quite matte, and that looks pretty flat and matte as well. So probably a good polish is in order too. And then, as we mentioned at the beginning, there's a bit of a better picture of the crazed, crazy, cracked, wrapped roof. So we need to get this off. I reckon this is going to be a big job. Well, hopefully it's not, but I reckon it will be. Not only that, he needs his brakes doing, and he needs his wheels doing. I've had a look at the tyres all around though, and they look absolutely bang on. And then once we've sorted all of that out, we've got the engine, which isn't running quite right. Hopefully a good service and getting that old fuel out of it will make a massive difference to this. Because to those who are interested, it has only done about 90,000 miles, which isn't bad for a car that's what, 16 years old, something like that. So for all you Ford fanboys, you'll know much better than me. Are there any popular modifications on these that are quite tasteful but nothing too leery? He's not a complete and utter yobbo. Is there anything that you guys think, actually, yeah, this is something that a lot of people do and it's a really good modification? What do you reckon to the outside? Do you think that we should stick with the black roof? Do you think we should stick with them eyebrow things on the headlights, which I'm not a huge fan of? One thing he did also say to me as well, actually, is he likes the lime green accent. So I think as long as these calipers can be fixed or they're not seized or whatever, which chances are they are, he does like the lime green. So I might stick with, get these refurbished if they're fine, get them redone in lime green, and keep them centre logos. Same with the front caliper too. Now he has actually got a decent budget. He's not got absolutely loads, but he does have a decent budget. He said to me, Ben, I've got 1,500 quid. Can you make this look mint for £1,500? We can only try, can't we? So now Jay's left and he's given us his opinion on how he wants this car to look. I've given you my opinion. Dad, what are you saying? Surely you'll want big wing, massive wheels, gold, chrome spinners, something like that. You look like that kind of type. What are you saying?
In it blingy, is that what you're saying? In it double.
How would you have it?
Standard.
Completely standard?
Completely standard.
Well, this car here, Obviously just needs a good jet wash to start with. I don't have a jet wash. I'm also having problems with my water flow, which is apparently something to do with that regulator up there. Loads to do. Clean it up first, get the exterior looking decent, wheels sorted, brakes sorted, and then hope that there's nothing too serious with that engine. What are you saying?
I'd like to think not. I had a Volvo T5 with the same engine and the lumbar sensor went, and it was quite a bit of money. It cost me about 1,500 quid to get, well, it cost my dad 1,500 quid to get sorted.
You sure it wasn't the lambda sensor?
Lambda, and that one.
I'm not joking, right? About 2 hours ago, he's like, you make sure you tell your audience that I know what I'm talking about. He's on about the bottom of his back here. God help me, right? So I'm probably gonna have to do this on my own by the sounds of it, because he's not gonna be much help. But there's still, well, yeah, you can clearly see there's loads to do. The car's absolutely disgusting. So hopefully, fingers crossed, with 1,500 quid, it's not too big a job. But like I asked you guys before, please do give me your opinions. I want to know, because stuff like this, I don't know huge amounts about. I don't actually know all that. So you guys, please give me your opinions. What should it have? What are good modifications? Good brakes? I'm probably going to speak to Dean at VBT about the brakes. I'm sure he'll be able to help us out. Let us know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed today's video, thank you very much. Another car and a long list of other stuff that we're doing. We're making massive progress with the Cupra, massive progress with the Focus RS. Hopefully you guys will see this as a more affordable, attainable version of this, because I believe they've got the same engine or same iteration of the same engine. I don't know. If you've enjoyed today's video, please do consider subscribing, liking, thumbs up, hit the bell, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.